Hello and welcome back to All Elite Spotlight. I'm your host TNT, and tonight we are going to cover a quick preview of the upcoming episode of the Go Home show, the Go Home Dynamite episode, before we get to Dynasty on April 12th. So we have a lot to look forward to on this Wednesday coming up, and the first item of interest that we have is Kenny Omega will be speaking live. So he will be live and appearing on this week's episode. We'll see what he has to say. I felt personally that during the contract signing, that was probably one of his best, if not his best, AEW in-ring promo. So I'm looking forward to this. I'm sure MJF will pop up at some point, and we'll see if he has anything to say, if he has any surprises up his sleeve. Now, we do know that Kenny in the beginning said that him being at 100%, he was not going to fall for any of MJF's shenanigans. We'll see if that holds true, or if MJF gets the upper hand here right before we head into Dynasty, or if Kenny Omega will turn the tables on him and, get a leg up, as you could say. Either way, it's going to be interesting. Well, we did have that no physicality stipulation for the contract signing. We'll see if that holds true tonight, if they will actually lay hands on each other and add some more heat, some more fire to this feud that we have to look forward to coming up on Sunday. And let me know what you guys are thinking of the build so far. I'm super interested. I'm super into it. So I hope you all are too. Still not going to make my final prediction here today. We'll see how things go tonight. And when I upload my preview for Dynasty, I'll make sure to include all my picks there. Now, on Wednesday, we do have another TBS championship match. We have Willow being a true fighting and defending champion. This one isn't technically an open challenge. We do have the challenger known beforehand. We have her going up against and defending against Queen Aminata, the returning Queen Aminata from her most recent injury. So it's good to see her back in the fold again and in action. I imagine she's fully cleared and ready to go, clearly, because she's got a title match. So hopefully, there won't be too much rust or anything like that, and we'll have a good match. This is not their first meeting. They've been going at it for a couple of years now, off and on, but this one is definitely the one with the most stakes. Now, can Queen Aminata shock the world and live on TBS become the new TBS champion in her first match back from injury? I would not bet on it. Willow Nightingale is proving to be a fighting champion in this, her second title run, and now without the women's tag championships to get in the way. I hate to say get in the way, but it was preventing her from, fighting on a singles basis and defending that title. And now that she's without the tag titles and without the partner, Harley Cameron, she can focus on the TBS title, and it's already quite evident because she just defended on this past Collision a successful title defense against a returning Hikaru Shida. So this will be her second returning wrestler, and we'll see how she fares. My pick for the night will be a successful title defense, and we'll see what she has in store for her at Dynasty. Not that I'm overlooking Queen Aminata. I'm a huge fan of hers, and I would like to see her, in the future, perhaps become TBS champion. I would just be shocked and surprised if it were to happen this Dynamite. But we will see. We will see. I'm sure it'll be a great match and highly enjoyable, but my pick will be Willow. So we have also another non-match feature here. We have the returning Chris Jericho. He's going to address his return to AEW, and now they are still in Canada, so this will be a good like home crowd for him. We'll see how hot the crowd is for him. I imagine they will be excited and happy to have him back singing the Judas song and all of that. But is he going to be the good guy or the bad guy, the face or the heel? Which Chris Jericho are we getting? Now, he didn't really give any hints last Wednesday when he came out because he didn't really say much other than that he's home. So it could go either way. Last we saw, he was the dastardly Chris Jericho type heel. He had a Bad Apple, the bounty hunter, with him, and also Big Bill. So are they going to get involved? Will we see them maybe try to approach him and maybe there get an answer as to if he's good, bad, face, heel, whatever you have? And what would you prefer? Would you prefer a good guy, Chris Jericho, or the sleazy, cutting corners, cheating, living legend, Chris Jericho? I mean, at this point, I could go either way. It's just good to see him back in the fold. I wouldn't mind the cheating bad guy, Chris Jericho. That's really who I see him as at his heart, honestly, when it comes to wrestling, at least. So personal life, he may be that too, honestly, with some of the things that have gone on in the past, but we won't go there. The wrestler, Chris Jericho, I would imagine he will be the dastardly self. I mean, even if he does come in as a good guy off the bat, do you really trust him to stay that way, or are you really going to believe it? I mean, it's Chris Jericho, and at the end of the day, he's usually in it for himself, especially in his AEW run. So I would look for that to happen, whether he does it in a sneaky, underhanded way, playing good guy at first and then showing his true colors. And he's going to want the AEW World title or to be in that picture because he's Chris Jericho. So we shall see. He did have a great feud with MJF. And who can forget that musical number, right? It was definitely a moment in time. And if Kenny Omega somehow gets past MJF at Dynasty and is the world champion, Jericho and Kenny, they have history too. So either way you cut it, I imagine Jericho will have his eyes on that title in the not too distant future, especially with Allin coming up not too far. So from there, the last match that we have promoted, or the second match that we have promoted, is the trios match between the Don Callis family, specifically Andrade, Mark Davis, and Takeshita. They'll be going up against the team of Brody King, Jack Perry, the current national champion, and Darby Allin. So, interesting team, and definitely some dynasty implications, right? We have Darby Allin and Andrade, who will have a match at Dynasty. Both are interested in becoming AEW World Champion. Darby Allin, if he beats Andrade at Dynasty, is going to be next in line, whether it's MJF or Kenny Omega. Both have agreed that if he wins his match at Dynasty, he'll be next in line for the world title shot. Now, Brody King and Jack Perry, they have significant history with Darby Allin. It was already addressed on TV. Brody King saying, bringing up the coffin match that he had with them. They've had a bloody history, bloody feud in the past. Jack Perry bringing up the fact that he was lit on fire by a flamethrower by Darby Allin. And I don't know if he was so forgiving as Brody King was. But, he's agreed to team up. We'll see if there's any underlying animosity towards Darby Allin by Jack Perry. I don't anticipate there will be because Jack Perry is solidly in the good guy face role. So I don't see him, doing anything underhanded or untowards. But you never know. Now, will Darby Allin's team prevail here? Maybe, maybe not. Could go either way, right? Who's going to get the momentum going into Dynasty? I would have to think logic would dictate that the Don Callis family will get the edge here to go into Dynasty, making Darby Allin look vulnerable and perhaps like he may not get the title shot, which he very well may not. I mean, he would have to beat Andrade. Andrade, won at Revolution against Bandito, the Ring of Honor World Champion. So who knows which way it will go. But my pick, I'm thinking the Don Callis family will get the edge here and make it that much more high stakes, more in doubt for Darby Allin coming up on Dynasty. But we shall see. We shall see. So that is what we have so far in the books. So nothing else has been promoted so far. Will Swerve Strickland show up? Will we see something for him to do doing Dynasty? We shall see. He's been absent in regards to Dynasty, and we can't forget about Will Ospreay and Jon Moxley. I'm sure they will pop up and further that whole feud and storyline. We'll see if Will gets some much needed backup. But other than that, that's what we have for today. I think I'll cut it off there. Thank you again. Let me know in the comments what you all are most looking forward to. Let me know what you think about if Willow will prevail, who's going to win that trios match, and what you're thinking about Kenny and MJF. But again, thank you for watching. If you've subscribed already, thank you for subscribing. If not, please do subscribe, like, comment, share, all that good stuff. But until I talk to you again, please take care. Have a great rest of your day, night, whenever you're watching this, and I'll talk to you soon.